So I was hoping to make this video for you guys with these awesome epic options, the 3 best options for console gaming monitors with HDMI 2.1 and 120 frames per second capable 4K monitors, just in time for the release of the new PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. But if you're much like me, you've had 10 pages open on your browser, searching vigorously for the elusive unicorn of monitors, and you've maybe only pulled up a few options. So today, that's what we're going to cover, is the available options for 4K monitors with HDMI 2.1, so we can get that sweet, sweet, buttery smooth 120 frames per second on our new next-gen console. So welcome to the studio here, you guys. I'm going to do a little back and forth, show you what I found, maybe do a little bit of digging so we can see the monitors available for you guys, and then I'll break down the 2 to 3 options that I found for 4K 120 Hz monitors that have HDMI 2.1, or better yet, are going to have HDMI 2.1, because there's nothing currently out on the market in the way of gaming monitors that has HDMI 2.1 available for you to buy right now. So let's get into it. And before we do, make sure to like this video, share this video, and definitely subscribe to the channel. I've done a lot of research and I've reviewed a few monitors on this channel. And one of them was this particular monitor right here. This is the GN850-B from LG. It's their Nano IPS panel, 2020 release. And I ask myself every day, why in the heck would they not release this monitor with HDMI 2.1? So that brings me to this next monitor here, which is the GN850. However, if we go a little further down, we notice it says HDMI times 2, but it doesn't say that it's an HDMI 2.1. This monitor does not have HDMI 2.1. There really aren't many options with HDMI 2.1, and you can search, search, and search until your face turns blue, and you still won't find an available monitor for HDMI 2.1. Nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and search anyways. So, gaming monitors with HDMI 2.1. And we come down here to all these listings: Tweaktown, MonitorArms.co, Tom's Hardware, Best Consumer Ratings. You can see a lot of these are purple because I've clicked on them. Notebookcheck.net. And pretty much every single one of them gives you a list of monitors that aren't actually HDMI 2.1. We know that for certain because these are out on the market right now, and they'd be selling in droves if they were HDMI 2.1. This particular claim up here, Best HDMI 2.1 Monitor Review in 2020, none of these actually have HDMI 2.1, and I'm not trying to call them out. This is common. I see this on a lot of forums, people posting videos of HDMI 2.1 monitors when they don't actually have HDMI 2.1, and it's kind of a shame. I think you can spend a lot of time researching the HDMI 2.1 gaming monitors that will be released later this year, and it's pretty much just a snowball effect. You're gonna get about a 1/4 inch into it and realize that there's really not a ton of real evidence out there that these monitors exist, and you'll find yourself waking up an hour later with absolutely no more information than when you went into it. Because there's very few hard, set in stone items that we'll be releasing, and that's what I want to cover with you. So let's jump into that, and I'll cover those with you right now, okay? I've got a few options for us to look at. I'm going to cover the WCCF Tech article here, and this article talks a little bit about the ASUS introduction to HDMI 2.1. And it gives you a few specs that you can look forward to, but realistically speaking, it is not available I can't actually find an announcement from ASUS, so it must have been on a social page that I just can't dig up at the moment. If you click here on the announces, really it just brings you over to video cards. And video cards does not actually have a source listed. Essentially what we have is a new monitor. It looks like a 43-inch gaming monitor that is going to be HDMI 2.1. It's from Republic of Gamers. And of course, it's going to have capability of 4K with 120 frames per second, auto low latency. I don't really know much, but I would imagine that this, in its various options, 27, 32, and 43, it's kind of leaning more towards the TV world, not so much a gaming monitor. So maybe what they're doing is taking a TV panel and they're adding in some exclusive gaming features. So that would be my interjection. They're making a new model, a 27-inch, and then they're using a current 32 and 43-inch size TV panel. So it's going to be an LCD. Maybe it's IPS and they're licensing it through LG. But my guess here is going to be probably a VA panel. So I won't get too far into that, you guys. We won't know anything other than it's supposed to launch before the consoles do. The impending arrival of the next generation gaming consoles later this year. I couldn't find a pre-order link, and the only thing I could find from ROG was May 27th. And this is not the same thing. This is a mini LED. So you can see I've done a lot of digging and research here and haven't found a ton of information. You can spend all day doing this. Okay, so the last one I want to go over and I want to spec out with you guys. This is the last gaming monitor, but I do have another option here that we can take a look at. The Eve Spectrum monitor. And you guys, if you're active on any social media page, you've seen advertisements from Eve Spectrum. They are a crowd-funded, basically development company that put this monitor together based on crowd funding and crowd feedback everywhere. Everyone's been reviewing this monitor, and I'm a bit reluctant to pre-order one because according to their own words, it's not going to ship until late December. So it's not even going to be available for the new PlayStation and Xbox. If you want the Quad HD 144 Hertz, these are the specs, right? You've gotten some pretty good HDR capability, HDR 400 certified, 1.07 billion shades of color capability, 98% DCI-P3, and 100% sRGB scale. But they are admitting that the bit depth here is 8-bit with basically dithering. Potentially, while using this in HDR capability, we may see some screen flicker or maybe some banding, color banding on the TV itself. They also have the 240 Hertz capability monitor of Quad HD. Same thing, 10-bit with 8-bit with dithering, 100% sRGB scale, same bit depth and color. Everything is very, very, very similar. Now, if we go to the 4K 144 Hertz, we're looking at the same things. Let's check out the prices. So if we want to go 4K at 144 Hertz, and we want their stand, which, admittedly, it looks like a nice stand, then my total price, $689 plus $999. So we have essentially $799 for a 4K 120 Hertz for my Xbox and my PlayStation, $800. That's a lot, to be honest with you, because I can probably find a TV that is similarly priced with all the same features that I can go buy at the launch. Now, I'm not discrediting Eve and their Spectrum. It's a phenomenal looking gaming monitor, and I truly believe it is going to be a game changer in monitors. You've spent $500, $600, $700 to get this PlayStation 5 for yourself on launch day. You don't want to use a monitor that's not going to provide the results that you want. Get something that's battle tested. And that's why I'm going to give you guys this last sweet option here. And if you watched the most recent Linus Tech Tips video and my video from 2 weeks ago, you'll notice that I gave you this option as a, hey, check out this TV because it is breaking all the rules of TVs right now. And it literally should be replacing everybody's option on small TVs to use as gaming monitors because it hits every single box. So let's get into that option and I'll wrap this video up. All right, you guys, you know that I gave you this option just 2 weeks ago, and this is the 48-inch OLED TV from LG, their CX model, the C10. It came out recently, and it really hasn't got as much hype as it should because it came out during the pandemic shutdown. And I saw this TV when it first came out, and I knew right off the bat that it was going to be one of the best TVs for gaming. 1 millisecond pixel response time, auto low latency capabilities, 120 hertz refresh rate, and 4 HDMI 2.1 inputs on it, as well as the full range capability of variable refresh rate, FreeSync, and G-Sync. You just can't beat it. So I'm here on the screen. I want to show you guys because this TV is absolutely going to beat out any of the monitors that we're talking about. Even with the new ROG gaming monitor that's going to be coming out, it's a 43-inch. You're only 5 inches off here. I think it's going to be more immersive and it's going to give you a better HDR panel than the ROG will. They're not going to use OLED. OLED is the best you can get. So I'll leave it at that. Look at this. They're positioning it straight for gaming. Look at this streamer. They're showing you right here that they recommend it for gaming, and they've put the hardware in there to back that up. Well, here we are ending the video with a couple of choices for you. One being the new ROG Republic of Gamers HDMI 2.1 variation in 27, 32, and 43-inch capabilities. Keep an eye out because when that pre-order becomes available, it's going to go quick. And you guys have seen the second option many times. That's the Eve Spectrum. They have 3 different options. They have 1440p at 144 hertz. They have 1440p at 240 hertz. And then they have 4K at 144 hertz, all with HDMI 2.1 options. However, they are an 8-bit panel with dithering, so HDR could cause some issues with flicker, with banding on the actual monitor itself, unless they have used an enhanced capability of dithering, which it looks like they do, at least they're claiming to, so it could turn out to be very good. Now the last option, and I put it into the monitor world because Linus Tech Tips just did a video on it, the 48-inch OLED CX from LG. It fits nicely on a desk. You could put it on a desk. You could get away with that and use it by yourself. It's immersive, it's phenomenal. It has all the capabilities any of these monitors that I've mentioned to you are. However, it's about double the price. So I get why we're a bit hesitant, but if you're looking for options on launch day, go check out my other video, my 2 previous videos. One being the 3 best TVs with a bonus 4th option for console gaming, and the other video being should you use a gaming monitor or a TV for next-gen consoles. Go check those 2 videos out because they outline in great detail some specs and product options for you guys if you need other options out there. So we've come to the part of the video where I ask you guys to do one small little thing for me, and that's to like the video, share the video, and definitely subscribe to the channel. It's what allows me to keep making this content for you guys, and I really do enjoy this. So I appreciate everybody who has subscribed, liked, and shared and been active in commenting on this channel because I wouldn't be here without you. So as always, you guys, I'll catch you in the next video.